Hurricane, Scott.
Yes.
Did you pay your renter's insurance?
I think so.
Oh, you better go double check.
Yeah.
Aha.
My students' mentality towards financial literacy and just financing in general pretty much transforms on day one. I'm not gonna, sugarcoat things. This is real. Dealing with money is a real thing.
I'll call you up individually to provide you with this number right here. Your account balance according to the bank. The bank is me.
I used to be a banker at Wachovia Bank. At that time, I realized by dealing with clients on an everyday basis, handling their finances, that a lot of adults just lack simple, basic financial skills and tools that I thought were essential just to manage your day-to-day finances. So I realized at that point, that was my opportunity to get to the root of the problem, which I believe was financial education, and that financial education needs to be addressed in the high school and middle school levels, so that when they get to be adults, they're well equipped with the financial tools they need to be successful.
This class is financial literacy. Basically what we learn is the finances that you're going to need for when you mature in life.
5 years ago is when the state of New Jersey mandated that financial literacy be a graduation requirement.
When I first saw the class on my schedule, I thought it was going to be a boring class, but the wealth effect game, it's interesting because it's kind of like you're living your life, but you're doing it as a game right now, so it's not all serious.
The wealth effect was created to kind of simulate real world to a freshman in high school. Because as a freshman in high school at 14, money is kind of just given to you and it doesn't really have value to you. So I've tried to make the wealth effect as real as possible. They're living on their own, they're out of high school, their parents finally kicked them out of the house, and here you are. So their paycheck is actually based upon their academic performance in my class.
We got our first paychecks, and our paychecks were based on our grades. So I had a 98, so I got $980. But then we have taxes and stuff taken out and deductions.
I reassess grades periodically throughout the semester to give those kids who may not have had a lot of money coming in at the beginning the opportunity to raise your grade to then raise your pay.
Every month we have expenses depending on which scenario, place you chose to live in, suburbs, rural, or city. I chose suburbs. I don't know why. Should have chose rural like everyone else because it's less expensive. Heat or water is not necessarily a fixed expense, so sometimes we'll get equations to find out what the expense for this week or the next week's gonna be.
And then I'll take that check when you're ready to go.
This is my check register, and we put in the check number, the date that we paid it, what we paid, and then you balance it.
Hit by a car, stop jaywalking, Sean. Inflation, ouch. So again, 10% higher than everyone else's.
I landed on fire, and because of that, I had to pay $400.
The uncertainty in life, you always have to be prepared. 2 of my students came to me and said, you should create some sort of random wheel. So I took that advice to heart by creating what's called the Wheel of Misfortune. Students spin it periodically, and there are certain fines or fees that are assessed based upon what the student lands upon.
That's blue, you got sued.
I'd love the opportunity to have this program evolve even further into perhaps an app, which I'm having my information technology students work collectively and collaborate with me together so we can create an app that can then service those students all over the country, where teachers can utilize the same things that I'm doing in my classroom in their classrooms.
You get to see some of the stuff before it gets put in front of you. Like the credit card, in real life, it keeps stacking up, and your interest rates just kill you.
I think having financial literacy as a class is a very good thing because it teaches you all about different finance things. I never knew how to actually write checks or anything before this course, so I learned all that kind of stuff.
I just got approved for a credit card and I've got my own debit card, so I'm seeing my life get kind of the way he's teaching it here.
Well, if you pay it off in full at the end of the month, you never pay any interest. So I'll let you think about that.
You have to make education fun. You have to make it relevant to the student. As an educator looking back, it's extremely rewarding to feel that I am giving them the tools that they need to be more financially sound and prepared for life. 4966, you reference that cell. Because if this cell